Trash talk has always been part of the fight game. It builds hype, sells tickets, and gets people emotionally invested. But here's the thing. The crash is hard when it goes too far, and the talker can't back it up. That's when silence speaks louder than any insult. In combat sports, you don't just fight with your fists, you fight with your mouth too. And today we're diving into 4 recent fights where big mouths got shut in the most brutal ways. Fighters came in cocky, pushed all the buttons, and ended up flat on the canvas or humbled beyond belief. Let's break it all down. Caleb Plant believed in himself and let the world know it. He mocked Canelo's past controversies, threw verbal jabs about drug tests, and kept his cool while taunting one of the most feared names in boxing.
And you a drug cheat. And you a drug cheat.
He told reporters that Canelo had never fought someone with his style. He claimed he would expose the hype. Canelo didn't say much. He let Plant talk. But you could see it in his eyes, the pressure was building. Behind the calm face, the storm was forming. Fight night came, and Plant entered with swag. Confidence in his walk, cockiness in his stance. Early on, he looked slick, moving well, jabbing, staying elusive. But every round, Canelo was downloading and calculating and chipping away. Body shots thudding, hooks sneaking in. By the 11th round, the trap was set. Plant ducked at the wrong time, and Canelo detonated a short left uppercut. Then came the right. Plant went down hard. He got up, barely. Seconds later, another burst. Another knockdown. This time, he stayed down. The man who mocked and poked the bear ended face first on the mat. Canelo didn't scream, didn't celebrate wildly. Just raised his hands and walked away. No words, just victory. Trash talk can raise the stakes. But in boxing, only one thing silences the noise. Power. 2 British heavyweights, same era, same city. But no love lost. From the very first press conference, Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte were never just opponents. They were enemies. Trash talk spiraled into violence when Chisora hurled a chair across the stage. Fines were issued, security beefed up. The hype was off the charts, and when they finally stepped into the ring in December 2016 at Manchester Arena, fans knew it wasn't going to be a chess match, it was going to be a street fight in gloves. From the opening bell, it delivered. Chisora marched forward like a man possessed, swinging wild overhands and digging vicious body shots. Whyte, calm under fire, countered with sharp hooks and uppercuts. They fought as if defense didn't exist. Round after round, the pressure never dipped. There was no feeling out period. There was no break. Just relentless action. Every time Chisora landed, Whyte answered. Every time Whyte connected, Chisora came storming back. The crowd roared with every exchange. It went the distance. 12 brutal rounds. The judges gave it to Whyte by split decision, but many called it a robbery. Everyone knew this needed a second chapter. 2 years later, the rematch came. This time the buildup was quieter. More respect, less chaos. But the fire between them hadn't gone out. Chisora came in leaner, smarter, more disciplined. For 10 rounds, he pushed the pace, boxed better, and seemed ahead on points. Whyte fought with patience, waiting for the moment. In round 11, that moment came. Chisora lunged in, and Whyte uncorked a monstrous left hook. One shot, lights out. Chisora hit the canvas like a falling tree. The crowd gasped. It was over. No need for a count. On May 2nd, 2025, Ryan Garcia faced Rolando Raleigh Romero in a high-profile boxing match held outdoors in Times Square, New York City. The fight was for the vacant WBA regular welterweight title, making the stakes very high. Garcia, known for his flashy style and social media presence, made a memorable entrance arriving in a Batmobile, dressed in a custom cape and bat-themed gloves. This grand entrance reflected his confident mindset going into the fight. However, the bout did not go as planned for Garcia. From the early rounds, Romero showed great determination and skill. In the second round, Romero landed a powerful left hook that knocked Garcia down, shocking many fans and observers. Despite the knockdown, Garcia continued but struggled to find his rhythm. His punches were fewer and less effective than expected. According to CompuBox statistics, Garcia landed only 54 punches throughout the entire 12-round fight, one of the lowest totals ever recorded. Romero, on the other hand, controlled the ring well and used smart counterpunching to keep Garcia off balance. Remarkably, Romero fought through a shoulder injury he sustained during warm-ups, but this did not stop him from outboxing his more famous opponent. His pressure and timing disrupted Garcia's usual fast-paced style. After 12 rounds, the judges scored the fight unanimously in favor of Romero with scores of 115 to 112, 115 to 112, and 118 to 109. This was a major upset given Garcia's previous reputation and popularity. The loss was a tough blow for Garcia, who was visibly emotional after the fight. This match also marked Garcia's return after a one-year suspension for a failed drug test. The defeat raises questions about Garcia's future, especially regarding a possible rematch with Devin Haney, which had been anticipated by fans. Francis Ngannou came in like a force of nature. One fight in boxing, one knockdown of Tyson Fury. That was enough for fans and pundits to whisper the impossible. Maybe Ngannou wasn't just an MMA powerhouse crossing over. Maybe he was about to shake the heavyweight order to its core. He didn't just believe he belonged, he said it loud. He told the world Anthony Joshua would be next, that he'd flatten him. His fists didn't care about boxing rules or years of technical training. He promised violence. He promised danger. He promised something Joshua had never felt before. Joshua didn't bite. No insults, no noise, just silence and steel. He barely said a word during fight week. The former two-time heavyweight champion had seen hype before. He knew what it looked like, and he knew how it ended if you stayed focused. Ngannou walked into the ring like a man carrying destiny on his back. He looked like a comic book villain, calm, cold, ready. Joshua followed with his gloves high, chin down, eyes locked. One looked like he was about to write history. The other looked like he had already studied it. The first round was tight, measured. Joshua moved with caution, testing Ngannou's timing. A few jabs, a touch of distance. He was calculating. The second round, sharper. The jab found a home. Ngannou's guard twitched. Joshua's eyes didn't. Then came round 3. One right hand. Clean, fast, final. Ngannou collapsed under the weight of it, like a steel beam dropped from the sky. The man who had dropped Tyson Fury was now flat on the canvas, his head heavy, his legs frozen. He tried to rise, but the body didn't respond. It wasn't just a knockdown, it was a shutdown. Joshua didn't smile, he didn't scream, he didn't taunt, he just walked away. No words, no drama, just cold execution. Ngannou learned the hard way that boxing isn't just about power, it's about timing, precision, patience, and punishment. Sometimes the loudest threats come to nothing. Sometimes the quietest man in the room hits the hardest. Trash talk will always be part of fighting. It builds storylines. It makes moments bigger. But when it becomes the whole identity, when it replaces skill, discipline, and focus, that's when it crumbles. These 4 fighters had all the attention going into their fights. They were loud, bold, and confident. But when the time came to prove it, they came up short. And in this sport, there's no place to hide when that cage closes. So next time someone talks a big game, remember, talking is free. Winning? That's earned. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to follow for more fight stories, upsets, and raw moments where the truth punches harder than the hype. Let us know which fighter you think deserved a slice of humble pie next.